People of the verse, hello and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and today we are going to talk about what I believe is the most profitable trade route if you want to trade around MICROTECH. I hope that you will find this little money making guide quite useful. But first and foremost, guys, I want to talk about this month's giveaway. Just a couple of days left to win a beautiful Tumbril Nova brought to you by the generous Buzz69, so shout out to him. All you have to do to catch us up of winning is to be a subscriber of the channel and comment to any videos posted this month. The winner will be announced early September. Good luck to everybody as we are spinning out of control right here towards New Babbage. Actually, I don't think we are going towards New Babbage. We are going towards the outpost that I am using right now for the trade route that I have been using for a couple of days, actually. I think that it's a trade route that takes me about 20 minutes to go back and forth on MICROTECH, and I have been able to pull quite a lot of money of that trade route with my Caterpillar, but I do believe that it is also a trade route that is viable if you are using a ship that is maybe a little bit smaller, like probably not a Starfarer, because as you could see in yesterday's video, that the Starfarer is not fantastic when it comes to traveling in atmosphere, but it definitely works well with, for example, a Freelancer Max. I have seen one of my followers here, one of the followers of this channel, Admiral Gruffus, using this trade route with a Freelancer Max quite often, and he was very happy with it. So guys, where we are going now is Shubin Mining Facility Outpost 10 on MICROTECH, and we are going to have this beautiful landing here. A decent place with decent facilities. It has a smaller pad. That's the one that we are using here because somebody decided to take the big pad with a cutlass. More on that in yesterday's video as well. And it has a bigger pad as well, and as also a platinum bay if you want to pop some ground vehicles at the same time. So, just like most outposts on MICROTECH, a very decent place. And so, what do we have here? What are we going to buy? Well, first we have to wait. We have to wait until it detects the ship, and it has astatine here. Now, today, the price as I'm recording this video is 7.5 alpha UEC per unit. It is a little bit on the pricey side. I got to admit that was actually the most expensive I've ever seen the astatine here. Perhaps because I have been trading back and forth for quite some time. So, eventually, you know, if you do the same route over and over again, then prices tend to rise, but I was still able to completely fill an entire hull of Caterpillar with that, and so obviously we are going to go back to New Babbage with it. That normally the price for astatine here, when I am buying astatine here at SMO10, is usually between the base price of 7 alpha UEC to about 7.3 alpha UEC per unit. This was exceptionally high. This is actually the highest I've ever seen here at SMO10, but that's great because that means that we are going to have a worst case scenario, and we'll be able to get to see what kind of profit we are making as we are selling that astatine at New Babbage further down the line. Now, a lot of people are going to say, but Irad, I can make more money if I go to Mike Garth on Clio, for example, and there are other outposts on Calliope, and I think also even on MICROTECH that do sell commodities such as titanium and agricium, and that's true. These commodities can potentially make an even better margin or more money further down the line, but there are two problems with these locations. Number one is that since many people know that we can find agricium over there, supply is limited, and I usually never end up being able to buy more than 40 SCU of cargo at these outposts, so that doesn't make it really interesting for me with a Caterpillar. I suppose that this would be great if I had a smaller ship, like maybe a Cutlass, obviously, a Freelancer, all the way to a Constellation, maybe a Freelancer Max eventually, but with larger haulers, it just doesn't make any sense. The other drawback with those places where you can buy all of those minerals is because people know that you can buy agricium there, these places tend to have a higher amount of people, more people going to those outposts, meaning that the prices are also more expensive. This person that was there here, as well as Admiral Gruffus at SMO10, were basically the only two people I have ever seen here at SMO10 throughout all of my difference. I've met about 10 runs there so far at SMO10, and I've only met 2 people at this outpost. So the amount of people who visit the outpost is quite low, and as a result, that's why it's very likely that you are going to find over there the base price for astatine at 7 alpha UEC. So here we were on the very pricey side of the spectrum at 7.5 alpha UEC per unit. I spent 422,000 alpha UECs of credit. We are going to see here as we are arriving at New Babbage how much money we are making off that shipment of astatine. Now, what you are seeing here, what you saw before, the approach to SMO10 and the approach back to New Babbage, I would say are what is taking the most time when it comes to this trade route, because it's not like when you are trading at Port Olisar where you don't have any atmosphere, or if you are trading on the small moon where you can leave the gravity well and engage quantum travel at 2,000 or 3,000 meters of altitude. Here at MICROTECH you have to climb all the way to over 10,000 meters of altitude, so that doesn't really help so much. But at the same time, at MICROTECH, and this is also something that I talked about in a video yesterday, you also have a parking zone outside of the common. You don't have here the no-fly zone that prevents you from getting access to the TDD directly from the outside zone, and this is definitely a pro that does make this trade route viable versus other trade routes that will be a little bit less viable on other planets. So the time that we are sparing, for example, the time that we're wasting, by leaving the atmosphere back and forth, we are actually sparing that time here by landing on that pad just outside of the common and just taking maybe a dragonfly. That's why I've parked a dragonfly outside. Great use here of ground vehicles. That dragonfly will drive me straight to the commons, and I actually made some calculations here, and the time that we are saving, in the elevator that we are not spending, the time that we are not spending waiting for the hyperloop, and then in the hyperloop back into the commons, and then walking from the hyperloop all the way to the TDD and back and forth, that it's about 6 minutes overall back and forth. So it is actually very it is actually quite a considerable amount of time, and as a result I also like the variety of vehicles that we can use, all the way from the dragonfly to the caterpillar. We also get to land in a city, which gives amazing sight. Personally, this is something that so far I have yet to get bored of. I absolutely enjoy this trade route, and we're gonna park the dragonfly here because we are obviously going to use it again when we get back to the ship. So all you have to do is to just turn off the engines. So far nobody has stolen my dragonfly. I know people say, well, you're not afraid people are gonna steal it. Well, first, not a lot of people are using the exterior entrance here at the commons, and second, if they want to steal my dragonfly, that's fine, I'll just claim it. It's just 2 minutes to claim the dragonfly, and if you want to expedite the claim, it's about it's a really cheap price, like 200 alpha UEC, and you get it instantly. So it's no big deal if somebody steals the dragonfly. All right. So we just have to wait for the elevator. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Here we go, and then we just go to the commons, and you are going to see that we are going to end up at the commons where all of those MICROTECH hipsters are doing their little jogging here around the yoga center, I suppose, right? So just to show you the ride very quickly, go past the yoga, the people who practice yoga, and they're gonna have to go through the factory line as well. Yeah, the NPCs are looking a little bit weird today, but at least they are not standing on chairs, so that is a positive, right? And once you pass the factory line, keep on going straight. It's very easy, it's always straight, and then that's where you end up at the TDD. So let's remember, I spent 422 alpha UEC for my cargo hold, and now it is time to sell. Let's see how much we're making here on a bad day when buying price is high and selling price is low, and we're making 507 alpha UEC. So we're making 85,000 alpha UEC That's not bad. That's not bad. Knowing that this is actually on the lower end of the spectrum, and I have made, I think my record was 111,000 alpha UEC for a trade route, for a trade run. So if you do it 3 times an hour, which is possible because it takes about 20 minutes to go back and forth. If you are really efficient, you are using a dragonfly to go from the outside of the commons back to your ship. It takes about 20 minutes, so you can do it 3 times, and that makes about a profit of 300,000 alpha UEC per hour. And I think that this is definitely worth it, because you know that this is where you're gonna make. You know that the outpost is not going to run out of astatine. I have never seen SMO10 running out of astatine so far. Now, of course, then I'm talking about it in the video. Maybe a lot of people will go there and then it will run out of astatine. We'll see, right? But definitely worth it in my opinion. And something that I hope you will also consider, because yeah, it's always fun to see other people around the verse trading. Sure, it's competition, but at the same time, it brings a little bit more action, right? So please tell me, guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this trade route? Do you enjoy trading astatine? Is this something that you would eventually consider doing, or would you rather stick to the classics, you know, some of the metals that you are usually trading at some of the more classic outposts? Or do you prefer to trade on the aerial and going back and forth between aerial and Lorville, and maybe you're not interested in New Babbage? I would like to know everything in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, as it really helps me with the YouTube algorithm and it helps the channel grow. I thank you all very much. Again, don't forget about the giveaway. Huge shout out to all of my Patreons and the people who help me out through the join members. You guys are also awesome and it helps a lot. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.